guys, look at that. So, try to make this, as big as I can. As big as I can for essentially, the background, but it is what it is. What is going on, Roland Empire here, guys, to give you a video. Today is Monday, December 28th, and, I had some time to, for the holidays, Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, to also see Disney's Gallery, The Mandalorian, now based on Season 2. And, what I first thought, I was like, wow, this episode alone is longer than any episode of The Mandalorian. I was like, and Mandalorian is so good, but I was like, give me hour episodes, dude. I will want hour episodes. But it's funny how the Disney Gallery for this Season 2, that's how it was and all that. But okay, let's just go to this. So if you remember how Disney Gallery works from the Mando Season 1, Mando Season 2 has that version now. And, I've given my review overall of the series. This one, I wanted to kind of get a look first. So it's like, through the Season 2, I had questions of, I wonder what people were thinking. What was going in their minds when they shot this kind of film? And a lot of it is tackled here. It's a lot of the behind the scenes. This one focuses on the filmmaking process and all episodes, and a lot of it was really good. Again, a special features behind the scenes thing can be very propaganda-ish, or it could be really realistic. This, I'm not sure how it really truly falls, but what I did get of the enjoyment of how I liked it, I liked that it did feel like there was a crew that liked to do their job, that was really fun and just cared about the vision of this property, especially Star Wars, with the way Star Wars has been recently. Like this in 2020 feels like, okay, they try to do what they can to just give a good experience, provide a story that definitely does pay off, fan service, but within a story that is earned. So at least you heard a lot of things that you wanted. And stuff like, it was nice to get to know Dave Filoni and George Lucas, how they, treated Ahsoka, how that episode was done. And, realizing that, yes, it's all visual, but even within that, you still got, like, choreography. You still got kind of the director of photography to kind of set up the shots. So, compliments are compliments due when you get that kind of stuff for many kind of things. And, it is kind of like what they were saying. Like, it's Western. It's all Western, samurai and all that. A lot was pictured for that kind of stuff. Bryce Dallas Howard and Bo-Katan, be excited that is Katie Sackhoff going to return, and she did. And realizing also they're like, wow, who would have thought that this actually came through with the character and how the character lives up now in the live action, and seeing how that filmmaking process was done, seeing how like father and daughter kind of directing stuff. So I like to see that, what goes on with a person like that. And it's nice to know that they really do care about this and they really take their effort. You think it's still going to be like they have the director kind of do placements, but no, the producer is there to help, but also the director's still envisioning the episode. That's how kind of Peyton Reed was brought in for his few episodes. And then I wanted to go to Carl Weathers because I think that he might have directed my favorite episode of the season. And I just want to know how he was. And it did show that he really, there's reasons, like he knows action, so they brought him to do these kind of action set pieces, and that's why the episode's very entertaining. And it's nice to know that he was involved and he had a responsibility to do actor and director, something like Favreau that could relate. So I like to know that they at least they tell you enough tidbits of like each of what goes on, cerebrally how something is done like this. And and it's nice to kind of get feedback of the actors, realizing like, how everybody did, especially like his episode. So it's entertaining. And then, a lot that went on with the last few episodes, like Robert Rodriguez, a very fun guy to have, seeing how he brought his element, like he brought that flavor, and it was in a way where you can still vision your own kind of Star Wars flavor, but still keep it in the confines of directing the stories that they're supposed to be. So that's a healthy way to do that kind of direction, and I see that with him. And it's nice and good job. We'll see if Book of Boba Fett succeeds. I'm very happy that he'll be able to collaborate with those executive producers. We'll see how this goes. Rick Famuyiwa giving him his shine to direct and write another episode, and realizing that he injected kind of like these kind of morals, these themes that go on, but it was well earned. It wasn't forced. It was a good story, and they realized that this is where Mando does have to do the character development. So I'm glad that kind of like what I thought reviewing these episodes, the filmmakers thought too. It was a character development to set up how important that season finale is gonna be, and then also how just Peyton Reed. It's funny how he directed one of the worst ones and one of the best ones, but they're all fun still. And just it's nice to know that how he was very careful with everything, how just the importance that yes, now there's this awesome lightsaber kind of Beskar fight with Moff Gideon and the Mandalorian, and having it set up within that confines of the ship, and just things like that. Like I would have wished like they should attack more of with the Luke stuff, but with essentially what Yoda, Baby Yoda, and Mando. It's nice to know like what went on and how important it was to take a role of like the season finale, and bring in what they needed to do to establish these sequences. And it's nice to know that like it is. I'm glad that there's a lot of thought and put and care put into it. Like it's a business making machine, but it's enough to be like, well, we need to, if there's going to be people, the supply and demand, we got to give them a good story, have them come back, and the cheddar cheesies of the bling bling. So it's nice to know that they did carry, they put attention to detail of like how a character could act, or how a character's motives could have been. So it's nice to know, and it shows that like even with the season finale had like a nice, like it's just a payoff, and it really is it really feels like a fun atmosphere, and it really showed, at least with season 2. Season 2 really was a really good season, and it showed how the thought and care really was put into this series. So let me know guys what you thought of what you got out, like if you did not enjoy the document series, this gallery, or if you did enjoy and you got some like interesting stuff too that you learned for the gallery. These are my ways of how I thought, and like how I have learned from this episode. And these are my thoughts and opinions, guys. Like I've always say, these are my thoughts and opinions, and I did enjoy this series, at least the behind the scenes of the first like episode. So all this in the comments below, and as always, roll on Empire, laugh, smile, repeat.